everyone, welcome to the newest AV team video. For a while I was thinking of covering some historical and tourist attraction sites in the city of Toronto, something different than the typical countryside views you've been enjoying of Canada so far. This was a cold but crisp morning in early October with a temperature of around 3 degrees Celsius. Toronto is ranked the #1 safe city in North America and the 6th safest city in the world. We first start our journey in High Park. High Park is a tourist attraction, especially in the springtime, because it's known for its cherry blossom blooms that attract tourists from around the world. The park itself is well spread out and connected at multiple points through subway stations and GO stations. However, I can't say it's bike friendly at all times. Had to carry my bike down from this point onwards. High Park is also a popular location for having photo shoots. As you can see on the left, there are some wedding photos being taken. The park is extremely spread out and well maintained, which allows us to social distance without getting in the way of other people. It's a great spot not just for walking, but also picnicking, hiking, and biking with your family. There's well-designated bike lanes all throughout the park, and all throughout Toronto for that matter. This is Casa Loma. Casa Loma is a Gothic-style mansion and garden located in Midtown Toronto. It was constructed from 1911 to 1914 as a residence for financier Sir Henry Pellet. It is now a historic house, museum, and landmark which holds many events throughout the year, including Christmas festivities like ice sculpting, caroling, and performances. Spot number 3 is the Bada Shoe Museum. For every shoe, there's a story. Basically, this museum is home to the world's largest, most comprehensive collection of shoes and footwear-related objects. Here, they have created floral designs through the use of shoes. How creative is that? And onwards we continue. As you can see, throughout the city, there's well-designated bike lanes on the road, as well as wide sidewalks to allow for bigger foot traffic. This is Castle Memorial Hall, located on Bloor Street, and is part of the Royal Conservatory of Music. It was built in 1901 and at the time contained a chapel and a library. Through the years, it has had various different uses. And now we're walking to the Royal Ontario Museum, or also known as the ROM, and it's a museum for art, world culture, and natural history. It is one of the largest museums in North America, and it is the largest museum in Canada itself, attracting more than 1 million visitors every year, making the ROM the most visited museum in Canada. Look at that beautiful artistic structure. That contrast of the old and the new, with the old church right in front of Louis Vuitton. I was so surprised by the well-connected bike lanes throughout the city. There was never a time where I had to walk the bike or go on the sidewalk for any reason because the bike lanes were blocked with parked cars or oncoming traffic. You can really tell that the city is well planned out. Now we wait at Yonge and Bloor. The intersection of Yonge and Bloor is home to a wide range of fast food restaurants, pubs, late-night food spots, as well as commercial retailers including Gap, the Hudson's Bay Company, and Nordstrom. And this is the back entrance of ROM, so this is the older side of it. The previous architectural structure that you saw was the extension that they have recently built within the past 10 years. And this is the University of Toronto, which is one of the biggest universities within Canada. Located on the grounds that surround Queen's Park, it was founded in 1827. Some of the greatest alumni from various walks of life have graduated from this university, including Roberta Bonder, who was Canada's first female astronaut. Just across from the university is the Ontario Legislative Building, located in Queen's Park. Founded in 1827, the University of Toronto has evolved into Canada's leading institution of learning, discovery, and knowledge creation. Although new extensions have been added onto the campus, they have well maintained the older buildings and continue their maintenance work every year, as you can see. Can you believe it? This is the food delivery drivers of Canada. Uber Eats coming to you. This is Spadina, which consists of one of the oldest Chinatowns within Canada. There are many different Chinese restaurants, stores, and grocers in this region. Back in the day, many immigrants from China who came to help build the railway across Canada ended up settling in this location. And just peeking behind the trees, you can see the CN Tower in the back. The one thing I have come to love about Toronto is its contrast with the old and the new. Since it is a much older, well-established city, you always see a contrast of older historical sites that are nestled among high-rise buildings. There's always a hustle and a bustle happening all around you. And we have entered the Kensington Market, which is a distinctive multicultural neighborhood located in downtown Toronto. During the early 20th century, Kensington became populated by Eastern European Jewish immigrants and Italian immigrants who came after the World War. This area is filled with a mix of food stores selling an immense variety of meats, fish, and produce. There are also several bakeries, spice and dry goods stores, and cheese shops. Even if we're here on an early Saturday morning, there's so much hustle and bustle all around you, and people are out enjoying and having a good time. There is beautiful graffiti on the walls, chalk drawings on the ground. This neighborhood is just really vibrant and filled with lots of color. And some live music to start off the day. How amazing is that? This part of town is not only home to unique food stores, but also holds lots of unique art and jewelry stores, as well as thrift stores for vintage clothing. And this is the Toronto streetcar. So the Toronto streetcar system is a network of 10 streetcar routes that date back from the 19th century. It is the third busiest light rail system in North America. Throughout the video, you may have seen the electrical wires that are going atop our heads. These are for the streetcar operation. This video clip itself shows you how accessible Toronto is. People are walking, people are in cars, people are riding the streetcar or the bus. I'm on my bicycle, and we're all living in harmony going through the streets. And this is the Toronto Rail Museum, dedicated to preserving the physical legacy, history, and experiences of rail transportation in Toronto and Ontario. Located right in the center of Toronto, it is now surrounded by many new sky-rise buildings, banks, and financial centers. And the last tourist attraction of the day is the CN Tower, which was built by the Canadian Railway Company. This is a 553-meter-high concrete communications and observation tower that has a 360-degree restaurant at the top, as well as thrilling activities such as the Edge Walk. As always, thank you for watching. If you liked our content, please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated.